All right, United traveling squad to Copenhagen has been revealed, and we are also obliged to obviously bring you what really took place in the training session of Man United today as they prepared to take on the side of Copenhagen, that is tomorrow. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? Rokan David is my name, and I've been a little bit weak. I'm on my sickly, but finally I'm gonna hit obviously do some remedies and then back onto my foot. So we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikun, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David or Aradi is my name, and let's get straight into the traveling squad of Manchester United that's gonna hit obviously board plane to it that they obviously get this going. The goalkeepers, Andre Onana, Bendair and Tom Heaton, those are the three goalkeepers that have gone ahead to travel to Denmark to see to it that they obviously get the 3 points at Copenhagen. The defenders, Diego Dallo, John Evans, Victor Lindelof, he returns after missing out the trip to London and is back into the squad of Man United, and that is a very huge boost because you would love to see to it that you have all these players available, to see to it that all is well for the ongoing team, to see to it that we are obviously spoiled for choice, especially into that. Now, if at all Lindelof is back, I would rather start Varane and Lindelof. That is it. Then Harry Maguire is in the mix. Also Sergio Reguilon, who never played any minute in the game of Fulham, he has traveled with the squad. Rafael Varane is one of those that are going to hit travel with the squad of Man United. Then Aaron Wan-Bissaka is also onto the squad. I think that defense is good enough to obviously get or make us keep a clean sheet down that side, though I went in for a 2-1 prediction into that tie. Then the midfield has Sofian Amrabat. There is Christian Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes, Hannibal Mejabri, Scott McTominay, and Mason Mount. That is the midfielders. Those are the midfielders that Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to travel with, as we obviously take onto the side of Copenhagen. Then Alejandro Garnacho, forwards, Anthony, Omari Fosun, Rasmus Højlund, Anthony Martial, Facundo Pellistri, and Marcus Rashford. That is the traveling squad of Man United that Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to summon to see to it that they obviously travel to the side of Copenhagen and obviously get the 3 points to the club of Man United. Remember, tomorrow is a must-win game for Man United. If I told you watch the match preview, I came out and explained to you why it's a must-win for the club of Manchester United, because there is nowhere we are hiding. That is it. We are hiding nowhere. We just have to go ahead and obviously get that game won. After winning that game, then we'll obviously be needing to beat Galatasaray away from home. And on the 12th, we'll be having very many players. The likes of Tyrell Malacias will be back. You get? The likes of Tyrell Malacias will be back. Then, which other? Tyrell Malacia will be back. Amad Diallo is going to be back. Then who else is going to be back? Tyrell Malacia and Amad Diallo. Hannibal is this other guy, Kobe Menu, is back and is going to play in the under-19s tomorrow. That is it. So that is all about the traveling squad of Man United, and I've been obliged to be having some of the photos of how they went ahead obviously travel to Copenhagen. That is Rafael Varane, Mr. Champions League, the Rolls Royce in the mix. Then Alejandro Garnacho and Sergio Reguilon. You always understand why they're obviously together. They speak the same language, Spanish, in there for you. Then this is Andre Onana, the man who is coming better and better every game that he plays for the club of Man United. That is the man himself, and that is none other than Andre Onana. Then Scott McTominay, a man who is really proving people that however much I'm not all that skill-setted, but I really have the spirit and the urge to fight for the club of Manchester United. This is Bendair, the goalkeeper that we signed from Fenerbahce, and he's obviously not yet featured into any game for Man United. And that is Rafael Varane getting out of the bus, boarding the plane. and that is Omori Fosun, a player that his contract is set to run down, and Erik ten Hag is obviously trying to convince him to obviously put pen to paper to see to it that he stays at the club. Then John Evans, obviously boarding the plane. This is Diogo Dalot, one of the players that we hugely welcome to see to it that he's back here to do what he does for the club of Man United. Then Marcus Rashford. Remember, he missed out onto the trip of Man United to that side of he was with the team, but he found himself in a position of not being able to really play because he had a head injury. But I think he has gone ahead to fully recover and is available to obviously be there. This is Aaron Wan-Bissaka taking plane to see to it that he gets ready for the trip to Copenhagen. Harry Maguire also was part of the team that traveled to Copenhagen. Victor Lindelof returning from the illness that really stopped him to play part into the game of Fulham. Then this is Diogo Dalot and Anthony, boarding the plane. Behind them is Anton Martial. You see him there as they obviously boarded the plane, and that is the gaffer Erik ten Hag on the plane to obviously see to it that he guides United to this well-anticipated win for the team of Manchester United. So that is the traveling squad. You've gone ahead to see how they went ahead to obviously get into the mix, and we're here to obviously get you what we call, and we're here obviously to get you what these players, or how these players trained on the day at the London Colney. That is it. So let's get straight into how these players really went ahead to train. As you see there, it's all about Hannibal. You've seen Hannibal in the mix. He's really doing some good job there. Then Anthony Martial, Rafael Varane, Sergio Reguilon, Diogo Dalot, Anthony doing the needful on the training pitch of Manchester United, and they're really doing something great there. Then let's go to the other photo that obviously transpired as these teams retrained. It was a really wide shot that obviously brought us how these players were really training. Harry Maguire, John Evans, Rashford, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Eriksen. There comes Eriksen, Diogo Dalot, Anthony, Hannibal, Facundo Pellistri. Wide shots that obviously almost showed everyone into that photo. Then Evans, Mason Mount, and Harry Maguire. Behind them, it's Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Hannibal. Then Omari Fosun and Rasmus Højlund into the training session at Manchester United, getting ready for this, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka obviously doing the drills that Erik ten Hag had directed them to obviously go ahead and really do at the club. Again, Hannibal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Scott McTominay into the mix. Then Bruno Fernandes, the captain, who obviously went ahead to score a beauty as we took on the side of Fulham over the weekend. Rafael Varane returning to full fitness. We pray to it that he can be here for the remaining 2 games before we go to the national break. Then he rests and he returns. Then this is Marcus Rashford, obviously gearing up. The gaffer Erik ten Hag doing the needful. Sofiane Amrabat and Mason Mount, obviously all smiles during the training session, and that is Mason Mount doing the needful, and Erik ten Hag, the gaffer, looking on. Harry Maguire in the mix, Alejandro Garnacho, Anthony, and Diogo Dalot in the mix at Carrington, getting ready to do the needful for the club of Manchester. For the club of Manchester United down at Carrington, and hope you guys, if you're gonna head, obviously watch them very well, and that's what they had to offer on the day. And thank you very much for watching. Through smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Then there comes Diogo Dalot Delo. Then Anton Martial, Rafael Varane, Sergio Reguilon, Bruno Fernandes, Facundo Pellistri, and this is Ben McCarthy, one of the trainers or the coaches of Manchester United. Then Lindelof back in training following his illness, alongside another group of United players you can easily notice in there for you. Sergio Reguilon and Donny van de Beek, who are also part of the team that obviously trained. And lastly, Facundo Pellistri applying pressure as they obviously went ahead to do the needful. So that is it coming in from the club of Man United and how they went ahead to train down at Carrington before they obviously traveled, and Erik ten Hag named the traveling squad to Copenhagen. So your thoughts onto the traveling squad to Copenhagen are welcome in the comment section below. I'm going to come up with the presser that Erik ten Hag is going to conduct in Copenhagen later today, and that will be obviously, I think we should live stream and obviously talk to you what Erik ten Hag is going to obviously say about that game. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. May the living to God bless you abundantly. I'm out. Bye bye. For the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. Ciao, ciao.